Hey, what's up guys? It is Deanna. If you cannot tell, I have dyed my hair brown. I have not been a brunette since probably like 6 or 7 years ago now. But I was ready for a change, 2019, what can I say? New year, new hair. So today I am going to be answering questions that I received on Instagram and Facebook regarding my college experience. I just thought this was a really good way to kind of gear my channel more towards like things that people can relate to. You know, I need to find my niche, and I hope that being able to relate to people is one of those things. So I received a lot of really good questions, so I just want to go ahead and get started on this video. Don't want to make the intro too long. I am going to take off these glasses because if you cannot tell, this makes like an awful reflection. I look like a little bug. So I'm going to take these off, and there is a line on my face, so like just know that I already know. Alright, so let's get started and answer these questions. So starting on Instagram, the first question is balancing college with your significant other / how to do distance. For those of you who don't know, I am engaged and I am in a long distance relationship. So I go to school in Maryland and my partner Luke lives in Massachusetts. So we do have quite the distance between us, and I'm not even originally from Massachusetts, so even when I'm home there is distance. In terms of being able to balance college and that kind of relationship, or just a relationship in general, it is tough. But I think that just being able to ground yourself in the real reasons why you're at college is helpful. You know, you're at school to have fun, make memories, but also get an education. So I think with my mindset at least, like knowing that I'm literally planning a wedding right now, you know, in the midst of going to classes and being a junior in college, and that's a lot. I think that it just takes a certain level of maturity to be able to balance the two, and, you know, a really deep, passionate love for the person that you are in a relationship with. Number 2, ever think anything could have happened between you and the guy who transferred? This is my friend, I don't know if I should say his name, I'll bleep it out. And he transferred after freshman year. Honestly, I have no idea. Brianna asked, how are the parties? So I go to a school that is primarily a bar school, so there aren't many like on-campus parties that don't get busted or anything like that, but I think the parties are okay. I don't think that they're jack crap in comparison to other schools, but I'm not here to party. So I don't know, freshman year me loved the parties though. Okay, next question. What are some good study habits to have? So this is tough because for the first 2 years of college, I really went ham on my notes. I'll insert some photos. Yeah, I really have no explanation for that. It was just a really good way for me to be very, I guess, into what I was doing. I really had to be paying attention, make sure everything was written correctly and color coordinated right, and I don't know, and I really do love that, and I love that about me. I love my creative side. Junior year, I found the world of graphic design, and through that I was kind of able to use that as my creative outlet rather than my notes, and my grades significantly increased. So clearly it went to go show that like just because you spend hours on notes doesn't mean that you're going to do great on tests. But also I think that as long as you're just doing what you love, you'll establish those habits that work best for getting you to succeed in the things that you're trying to succeed in. I think it's really just person to person, but I have been trained throughout my life, I guess, to study, and you know, I went to a boarding school in high school that required us to study during study hours, which were from 7:45 to 9 every night. So no, it was longer than that. It was longer than that, I can't even remember, but it was a very good amount of my night, and we had to be studying. So from that I kind of just learned that like at that time of night, that's when I'm studying, that's when I'm doing work. Study habits, I would say just make sure you're on top of your syllabus, you have things written out, and always keep your teachers informed if you're gonna miss class or something like that. Next question. Why did you choose the college you're at, and do you ever regret going to the college that you chose? So I chose this college on a whim. Honestly, I got the highest merit scholarship from this school, so I chose this school. I figured that they saw the best in me, and they obviously wanted me in, you know, the community, so I felt kind of compelled by that. I also visited the campus and thought it was beautiful. But I also visited campuses of schools that I either didn't really end up loving, but still thought the campus was beautiful, or schools that, like, looking back in retrospect, I'm glad I didn't go to. I would have loved to go to another school, but it would have come at the cost of meeting the family that I did here, so I wouldn't trade that for the world. I am very thankful for the school that I'm at to have given me the blessing of the people around me, because I'm very lucky. But other than that, I think it is pretty surprising I didn't transfer after freshman year, and it might not have been a bad idea. Best friends aside. Next question. What is something you wish you did differently in college, I guess? In speaking about college, I wish that I surrounded myself with people who actually had my genuine interest from the start. I think that that's a lesson that takes a while to learn, and especially when you are introduced to a whole new environment, you really think that everyone around you is on the same page as you and has your best interest in mind and is also looking out for, you know, you and your own security, like your well-being, but not everyone cares. And it's a tough lesson, but it's one that's imperative to learn very early on. Luckily, even though I learned those lessons the hard way, the suffering was short. Thankfully, all that I've learned and all that I've lost has been replaced by so much better. So I'm very thankful for that. The next question is, were you in a dorm or an apartment? Which do you prefer more? So my freshman year, I lived in a traditional style housing dorm. Traditional style dorm? I think that's what it's called. Each room was its own separate room with one other roommate. So there were just two people living in there. And then each hallway shared like 2 bathrooms. So it was okay. It was kind of a step up from my high school experience. It was still like very cramped, and it just felt like I was in an institution. And then sophomore year, I lived in an apartment style house. I had one direct roommate and 2 other roommates in another room. So there were 2 bedrooms and a kitchen at that point. Thank goodness. And a bathroom and a shower all in the apartment, so it was wonderful. And then this year I live in an apartment with 5 other girls. So there are 3 rooms total, and there are 2 girls per room. And then we have a living room, like huge living room, and a huge kitchen with a big table. It's awesome. So I love it. If you guys want a tour, let me know. Yeah, I definitely prefer this housing. I honestly really like having a roommate, but I think that's just because I'm really used to having one. I've had a roommate since I was a sophomore in high school. So I'm very comfortable living with people. What are you majoring in? So I think I answered this earlier, but I am majoring in communications with a specialization in digital media. And I really want to pursue something that involves graphic design and that industry. I'm really interested in that. That's very new to me, but when I fell for it, I fell hard. What was your favorite part of college? Or what's been my favorite part of college so far? I would hands down say that my favorite part of college has been the people that I've met. I think that college is a really good place to learn more about people and really like dive into the psychology of just people. It's an environment that I really urge people to give a go. You know, even if you don't feel like you're a college person, like go for a semester. It's interesting. It might suck, but like there's interesting things in the meantime, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot about people, and it gives you a great sense of just knowledge of the world and how to navigate through it. So I would definitely recommend that, and I think that college granted me with that knowledge and also just the people around me who I chose as family, you know, or chose me as family, I would say. But I think when I graduate, my favorite part will be getting a degree. Okay, so there are 4 more questions. I'm going to try to make these quick. What was the hardest part about going to a university? For me personally, I'm not really a school person, and I've known that. I have really bad ADD and ADHD, so for that reason I've always struggled a lot in school, or not struggled, but like it takes a lot more out of me than it does other people, I think. Not socially, more so academically. I'm not to say I'm not smart, but my interests don't really lie in what's taught in a classroom. However, I actually made Dean's List this semester, so. No, I'm very proud of that. That took a lot of hard work, and I think that it was just because I finally found my place in the major that I chose. The next question is the best roommate experience. Certainly, hands down, would be the roommate experience I'm having right now. I live with my best friends, and I wouldn't change that for anything. Worst roommate experience? Which one you want? I've had really bad roommates in the past. You know, I wouldn't even say that they were bad roommates. I've never had a bad roommate. I've never had somebody who didn't like clean up after themselves and well, yeah, we did. Wow, this is tough. Yeah, I've had some really bad roommates. I would say more so the poor quality of such roommates lies in their personality and less their mannerisms or ability to live with others. So I think that, yes, I've had really bad roommate experiences. Those are stories that I will eventually share on this channel. The truth is, at a certain point, I reserve the right to tell my truth and speak my truth, and I will eventually, obviously in a manner that respects both parties, but I do think that that's something that I can help other people with, because they're topics that are relatable to literally everyone, and there have been things that have happened to me that are just so uncalled for. But at this present moment in time, I'm not going to get into that. Just know that I've had really bad experiences. But the greatness of the experience that I'm having right now, it like outweighs everything. So it's like the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang. The bad and the good. Okay, the final question, I'm sorry this has been so long, is going to be, which professor has had a profound impact on how you think about the world? So, in college, it's very hard because you have professors for like a semester. And I would say at this campus, it's not been a professor who's really impacted me. It's been one of the faculty members. She's not a professor, but she's a wonderful mentor, and she's just taught me a lot and just been able to guide me through a lot. And for that, I'm really grateful. I think that colleges do provide really good resources for that and really good professors. I just need to personally get better at interacting with my professors. I'm not very good at that. Like, I never go to office hours. That is the end of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys found it useful or helpful or just insightful. If you enjoyed, give this video a like, press subscribe, and drop a comment. Let me know what you think, and give me some video ideas, because I could definitely use some ideas. If you guys want me to do a dorm tour or introduce my roommates, I know that they'd be really down for that, so just let me know. We're cool with whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a wonderful day.